Hello, folks. This is Detroit Miracle, and I'm coming to you from on the spot at this location. Well, folks, I am here to talk about the struggle of life. Yes, the struggle, which is consisting of a variety of problematics, social conditions, and hazards in which people are born into each and every day. With that being said, people must fight against the struggle. People must avoid the struggle. People must not be captured by the struggle. And when I say struggles, I mean things such as homelessness, poverty, hunger, and thirst. And I most certainly mean things such as slavery and prison. And slavery and prison goes hand in hand and is definitely one and the same. So I touched on the fact that people are born into the struggle, and many might look at it as a game. Yeah, there's a game being played out by each and every one, and it doesn't matter whether or not it's for somebody's amusement. It doesn't matter if it's something that must happen, but the nature of things is that people are born into struggles, and those are things that they fight against. Yeah, people work hard, people perfect their craft, they try to become successful in a variety of ways, and some people even just try to stay and remain afloat. And sometimes when you remain afloat, you are avoiding the most harshness of struggles, such as hunger, homelessness, and so forth. Yeah, people battle every single day against the struggle in which they were born into. And we, as little kids, as little babies who were born, those kids had not any notion of a struggle, but things such as hunger and thirst, which were instinctive and urges to them, would sort of condition each child to be made aware of the struggle in parts. And most children who are hungry as little tiny babies or infants simply cry out and say, "Mommy, mommy, I'm hungry." And then their mother feeds them and gives them something to drink, and then that child is comforted and happy. But unbeknown to that such child and all those little children, the struggle would become much more apparent in their lives as they age. Yeah. And the struggle is real, is very real. Like, we've all seen homeless people out and about trying to make it the best way they can. And yes, I include myself in that because I've definitely seen homeless people. I've seen very terrible cases of homelessness. And when you're homeless, you take on a whole bunch of combined struggles within that. Because if you're homeless, you might be cold, rainy on occasions, most definitely hungry and thirsty, and dirty as well. Yeah. When we born into a good situation with successful parents, then we're not really conditioned to know much of the struggle. But later on, when we grow up and we get sent off on our own, then we take on more of the struggle. And it becomes about survival as well, along with the struggle, because the struggle also involves apparent dangers that lurk around. Yeah, because there are people that will seek to do you harm, and many of them will do you harm for their amusement and for no particular reason at that. Hey, get a notebook and a pen and write down all the hazards and bad circumstances in life and make that list and accumulate it and title it as the struggle, because that's exactly what it is, and it's undeniable. Well, folks, it's getting cold out here, so I'm gonna bring this to a closure. I would say my sincere advice to people would be to try to avoid the struggle as much as you possibly can, and do your best to stay out of it where it does not personally involve you or pertain to you. Okay, folks, I'd appreciate it if you would drop those likes, comments, and up those subscriptions to Detroit Miracle.